I'm still not on the highway. Yes, I am riding with the traffic, but that's because
What's going on, everyone? Today's video, we're taking the Surron back to work, and I wanted to give you guys an idea of what my commute is like, as well as show you guys how much battery percentage I burn on the way there and when I get back home. So this video should give you a good idea of what it's like to commute on the Surron. And as always, we are starting out with 100%.
All right, so now I made this video about a year ago, and in that video, my Surron was still pretty much stock. And since then, I've upgraded quite a bit on this bike. We've got an upgraded controller. We've got Shinko 244s, upgraded tires, as well as Magura MT5s, and some larger front and rear rotors, both 220 millimeters. So the bike has changed a bunch since then. I have a TC500 installed on my bike. So this is a tuned build, and I got a top speed of 45 miles an hour in sport mode with no regen to allow my range to go the farthest. Also, I do want to mention that these are the back roads. This is still technically my neighborhood, and I don't ever ride this thing on the highway. And if I ever do touch the highway, it's only for crossing, which I'm going to go do up here. I'm going to cross over to get into the bike lane, and that's it. Just to get over to my next street, which is where my job is. But other than that, I do not ride this on the highway at all. And if I need to, I'll get over on the sidewalk. And I pretty much just commute with small traffic like this. This is light. We're only going about 25 miles an hour. And most e-bikes, especially if it's class 3, can keep up with this traffic without a problem. And obviously so can the Surron.
So another thing I like to do is when it comes to crossing the highways and things like that, I like to cross with cars because in my mind, it causes less disturbance in traffic and I can just get across the street without a problem while the cars cross rather than going and hitting the sidewalk crosswalk button, which is really just a nuisance in my mind. And we're gonna cross over into the bike lane. This highway is one of the deadliest highways. This is known as Bloody 98. It's Highway 98. And this is what I do not ride on. I only cross the highway to get over into this next neighborhood, which is where my job's at, like I said. Also, if you plan on riding this thing around at all, I would highly recommend getting some type of mirrors on it because it's a lot better to have mirrors instead of turning your whole body to look around and check behind you. Ooh, I was gonna hit a wheelie, but now my wheels are wet. I can still hit one. I can still hit it. Sweet little landing strip. Perfect little spot for wheelies. Yeah. One more. All right, here's the destination. This is today's office. All right, and there we are. We made it to work with 94% battery. We still got 64 volts, and we traveled about 3.3 miles. Trip was 6.1 kilometers, and yeah, we only burnt 6%. So normally, after we come back out here, once we've done some work and we let the bike sit for a while, that 94% should jump up to at least 95%. So again, 3.3 miles one way, and we only burnt 6%. And that's with an aftermarket controller, the TC500, all the way up to 45 miles an hour, no regen, and that's what we got. And I'll update you guys after work when I'm on my way home. And for those of you who are interested in what the job is, we are at the job site right now. We're gonna be pulling up the tile and the carpet, and we're gonna be laying down laminate floor all throughout this place. It's got an elevator, it's pretty sick. Got stairs right there. All right, work is done. Now let's see what the percentage is at. 96%. See, I told you, jumped up a couple of percent. That's usually what happens whenever you leave the bike sitting after you've ridden it. Usually jumps up a couple of percent. And now we're headed back home, and let's see how much percentage we got when we get back home. All right, we actually got a lot done today. Ripped up all those carpets, laid down half the floor, and we started breaking up the tile. Not that any of you care about that, but that's just what I was doing. Now we are headed back home with 96% battery, and this time we're gonna be taking the fun way home. So I know I mentioned it already in the beginning of the video, but these are technically still back roads. So I'm still not on the highway. Yes, I am riding with the traffic, but that's because two people just tried to cut me off. You gotta be very careful with these motherfuckers, dude. Everybody's not watching. Yeah, we're doing the cut through. This is the fun way home. So this is one of my routes I use to get around town so that I don't mess with anybody on the road, get in anybody's way. All right, so this road that I'm crossing right now is also a back road. This is not a highway. So I'm just waiting for traffic to pass so I could shoot straight across over into that neighborhood. Man, I love this thing to wheelie. I love wheeling this thing. I was too cool for him. He didn't say hi. He didn't wave to me. All right, and there we go. We are back home, and we made it home with 80% battery, and we were in sport mode pretty much the whole way, and we went about 6.7 miles round trip. So this should give you an estimate about how much range you can expect from a stock battery with an upgraded controller, as well as some bigger tires on there. Nothing crazy, but if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor and leave a like. Go ahead and leave your comments and thoughts down below, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.